Welcome to the NQ Futures Blueprint. This is going to be dope. This is going to be great. We are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 episodes going over how you, as a complete beginner, knowing absolutely nothing about trading, about futures, about the market, how to read charts, we want to bring you from zero to funded to a payout. That is the whole point of this series. I am Braden Hackman. I have been trading for 1.5 years on funded accounts. I have back tested 4 years of data. I have a 70% live win rate. I am in the 1% of top prop firm traders. I'm not saying that as bragging. I'm saying it as proof. I'm going to give you guys an entire breakdown in this series of how I came from a unprofitable, blowing every eval, not being able to get a payout, and also just an emotional wreck in trading to be able to have a repeatable, systematic system that brought me to multiple figures in funded accounts and multiple figures in payouts. This is going to be more than just a simple how to do this on the chart type of series. It's going to be very raw and uncut. And I'm going to be teaching you guys about your emotional strength, your mental strength, and your lifestyle strength to be able to impact your trading. Of course, I'm going to be going into my strategy, how I trade, how I achieve a 70% win rate over a longer period of time, and how you can become also a 1% of traders and prop firms. It is not easy. It is not going to be a walk in the park. It's definitely not going to be overnight, but I can tell you guys it is worth it. So I want to give a little bit of disclaimer. I used to think that everybody could become a day trader if they worked hard enough at it. I'm here to say it's not for everybody. Not everybody's wired for this career because it's not a career. I mean, it is a career. It's not a side gig. If you go into it thinking it's a side gig, you're most likely not going to have that mental resilience that you need to put into it to make it far in it. So this is an all or nothing type of thing. I'm so serious. So with that being said, it is not for everybody, and you will realize quickly if it's for you or not. Within the first 2 weeks to a month of learning how to trade and getting involved in the markets, you will very quickly realize, okay, this may not be for me. So this video is for somebody who has never traded futures, wants a real repeatable process, not signals. Indicators and signals will lead you astray. They are not going to be consistent. The market is a living organism. It is constantly changing and evolving. And the things I'm going to teach you are not just a one condition market type of thing. It is learning to read the market by the money being put into it. This is not going to be this specific level send you to this specific thing. You're learning to read it. You are learning to involve yourself into the market and view it as the auction and a pool of money that it is. It is a whole bunch of banks, institutions, and quant level whales, all these types of things that the terms you could use that are predicting the market and auctioning against each other, buyers and sellers, to see where the market is going to go. So that is how you need to view it. And from that is how you become a profitable trader, but not just a profitable trader, but a genius trader. There are 3 types of traders. There's people who are not wired for it, people that are good at it, and people are gifted at it. To be a gifted trader, you have to see it past just the mechanical charts, the mechanical candles that you're seeing. You need to see the money behind the screen. You need to see the full story that is being put in front of you. So we're going to walk away with the exact 3-layer framework that I trade every day from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. We trade from market open 9:30 until 11. Most of the time, honestly, 10:30 is where I want to hop off. We want to see where the money's dying out from market open, and we do not want to be trading without money backing our trades. So I want you to walk away with our 3-layer framework, and that is the higher time frame narrative, the conditions, and then lower time frame execution. Simple and stupid, but it is a repeatable process. You can never get too good at understanding these systems. We are not going into any actual chart stuff today. This is just setting a base stone for what you can expect for the series, kind of weeding out people that shouldn't be wasting their time on this video. I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing this to be able to help the real traders come forward. So this is standard risk disclaimer, kind of what I was already talking about before, but just to give you a more in-depth view into it. Futures trading involves substantial risk of loss. The way I am going to teach you to trade is not to put your capital on the line, especially as you're first starting to trade. You should be on demo for a very long time. And once that happens and you feel confident on demo, forward testing your model that I'm going to teach you, you should be doing prop firms, paying for evals. Having a $100 to $150 loss on blowing an eval is going to be a lot more substantial for a beginner trader than putting $1,000, $2,000 into a live account and it being gone in a month. So I'm going to teach you guys not just the trading, not just the mental, but also the risk management, how to actually make this a business, how to consistently gain profits and have a return on what you put into this. And it's not going to you're going to most likely lose money for a year, 2 years. It's different for everybody. But once you understand it, it's going to click and you're going to make back everything you've lost and more within a month or two. I've seen it so many times. It happened with me. I was not profitable for my first year and 2 months. And then it all of a sudden just clicked, started getting payouts, started scaling with prop firms. That's just how it's going to go. You don't need to have every single answer to trading. All you got to do is trust the process. Trust ones that have gone before you and seen that it's brought them success. Your story isn't going to be exactly the same. It's not going to be a copy and paste situation, but I can tell you with certainty, if you stick with it, you're going to see a very, not just financial blessing, but mental blessing, lifestyle blessing. The biggest thing that I feel like trading has done for me, it has sharpened my mental and emotional resilience. That is something way more than money can buy you. So, of course, this is going to bring some financial freedom in your life if you stick with it and you realize what it is not a get rich quick. If you're willing to stick with this for years on end without seeing any money, then this is for you, because that is most likely what a beginner is going to have to go through to be able to see real profits and life-changing money from trading. So, past performance isn't past performance isn't an indicative of future results. So what that means is not just in the chart that is evolving and constantly changing, the past performance of others and maybe yourself, if you are a trader and you give up on it and you're trying to get back into it now, you need to wipe away that. You need to have a clean slate coming into this and use it for future results. That's it. That's it. Don't listen to what other people say, your family, your friends, other people on the internet. People that say trading is a scam, and if it worked, everybody would do it. It's bullcrap. The gym works. Barely anybody does that. So there's multiple reasons why you should not be ignorant, not ignore what people are saying around you in your circle, but just be like, hey, I basically value your opinion, but I know what I need to do. Put your head down, work. Don't do it to prove them wrong. Do it to prove yourself right. That's what I'm going to keep repeating through this, because I had a lot of people that were telling me when I first started, like, you're wasting your time, wasting your money. And I tell you guys now that is not true. You have to have your own dream and vision over your life that is separate from what other people want for you or from you. So that's just how I'm going to put that. Past performance isn't indicative of future results. Think future bound, have a blank slate coming into this, and I am telling you guys, you're going to walk away with some very solid material to be able to put forward into your future trading. And this is education, not financial advice. I am 20 years old. I know I have a lot of life to live, but my education, I think, is going to not just think, but I know it's going to impact your trading. I know it's going to give you a new perspective. It is not financial advice, though. I am not telling you to go spend all your savings on trading. You should be doing this smart. When you're first learning and first building it up, you should have a separate form of income, even if it's working at freaking McDonald's or DoorDashing. Having something to have stability, because that's not going to put pressure on trading. Trading, when it's pressured, it does not grow. It does not thrive. So you need to have a separate, normal 9 to 5 that you're working so that you can support trading, support those evals, support the TradingView subscription. all those types of things before you try to get too involved in this. If you just go into this your first month, you quit your job and you have no money and you're just hoping and praying that trading will give you a payout within that first month, you're most likely, highly most likely, going to be disappointed, and it's going to put an unnecessary pressure on your trading, and it's going to impact your results and your growth. So I highly recommend not to do that. Literally, I used to DoorDash all the time when I was first learning. I had a job at Olive Garden. So there's no excuse why you cannot do this and have a steady form of income while you're waiting for it to come to full fruition, because it can take years. I've known people that it took them like 8 to 10 years to see profitability, but once they did, they were millionaires. They're financially free. They made back what they did. So if you have okay, let me put it this way. Remove yourself from time. Put yourself into result-driven time frame instead of a time-driven time frame. It's going to help you a lot with understanding your goals, your dreams, and why you're doing this in the first place. So I want to give a little bit of a view into the technicals of what I do, how I do it, but not too much, because the next episode is chapter 1. It's futures and platform fundamentals. We're going to be going into how to actually navigate the chart, what exactly is a contract, all these different things that start to build the building blocks to learning an actual strategy. But we'll go over it a little bit. High time frame narrative. We want to be focusing on the overall. So there's a story, there's a narrative, and then there is almost a, how do you put it? We'll just say execution. So the story is the higher time frame. It is telling us the full encompassing view of what we need to be looking at, how we need to be viewing it, the lens we need to be looking at it through. The conditions are a narrative. So let's just use a book for the situation. Let's use the Bible. I'm a Christian. I think Jesus changed my life, not just out of trading, but in trading. So I highly recommend read your Bible every day before trading. But let's just remove that. The Bible is the story. It is an entire unified book over several thousands of years put together. But each book in the Bible, Psalms, Proverbs, whatever, has a different narrative, has a different message it's preaching. So the higher time frame is the Bible. The conditions is each book in the Bible. And then we have our lower time frame execution, which is the verse by verse understanding. I love this. This is just off the spot, this Bible representation. So we have the narrative, higher time frame, story telling us the entire encompassing of the Bible. Conditions are book to book, having different understandings. Our lower time execution is verse to verse. They all matter and they all bring context. So we are going to be breaking that down on the charts. Also, I'm going to try to bring some Bible verses and this wisdom from the Bible into this series, because I think that is more important than almost anything else I could be talking about in this. So I highly recommend you do not skip over the Bible part of this. Once I do bring it into things where it fits in, most likely it's just going to be verses that can, line up with psychological habits we need to have, lifestyle habits we need to have for this to work. But I'm going to give you guys some homework of things that you can start doing today without knowing about anything about trading as a complete beginner, to start setting the stepping stones to having the right lifestyle and habits to be a good trader. 1, you should be waking up 2 hours before market open every single day. Market open is at 9:30. You should be waking up by 7:30. I wake up at 7, and what you need to do every single morning is you need to have a mental, physical, and spiritual win. So for me, what that is I go on a walk and run in the morning and take a shower. And then for my mental win, I have meditation time, not like meditation, but just quiet time with myself. I do affirmations before trading. I have a whole system that puts me in the right mindset for trading. And then spiritual one, you should be having time in the Bible and prayer every single morning. That brings you ground zero. It reminds you of the true purpose and the reason why you're doing what you're doing. After this, if that's your morning, that's what I would highly recommend to start building a habit for now. You should be going to the gym every single day of the week. After you're trading, You should be going to the gym. You should be grinding out your physical health, your mental health, spiritual health. Everything lines up. If one of them is out of place, you're going to see the other ones get affected. So I highly recommend to start building habits with your morning. Protect your morning. Protect your physical body. Your body is a temple. Go to the gym every single day of the week. And then also community, the people around you in your circle. If you have people that are leading you astray, I used to be very much a wild individual. So I have a lot of people that were in my old circle that I pray for. And I hang out with them every now and then because I want to be able to be a different light to them. But what I'm saying is your inner circle should be people that have your same mindset, goals, and achievements in line with you. Not exactly the same thing. They don't know how to be traders, but they should all have that mindset of, hey, I want to become a better version of myself. I want to not just give my life to the Lord, but I want to lay it down at his feet. I want to give him the footsteps, basically. Wherever he wants me to go, I will go. Wherever he leads me, I will go. And also people that are going to be real with you. You do not want people that are just be like, oh, it's okay, and fluff you up and all this stuff. You want people that once you make a mistake and once you get into bad habits, they're like, dude, what the frick are you doing? You need to lock in. You need to get back on track. So those are all things that are non-trading related, but they impact your trading so much. So also, I want to say this too. Grind mentality is bullcrap. I have been in so many ruts of the grind mentality, working 12 hours on a business or on trading stuff. Keep this stuff simple. Backtest once you learn how to properly backtest. Watch these videos over and over again as they're coming out until you understand the concepts. But the biggest thing, have protected times for specific things in your life. Have protected times for working on trading. Have protected times for going to the gym. Have protected times for spending time with your loved ones, your family, your girlfriend, wife, whatever it is. Have those things set aside and protected. Once you go and spend time with your family, your girlfriend, whatever it is, your friends, you should be able to mentally leave trading, leave work in your office, at your desk, because you need to have a balance. So I'm kind of going on a rant here, but this is this kind of a bottom line disclaimer of who you are, well, identifying who you are, who you want to be, and then now starting to build the blocks of how to get there. Take initiative now. Do not wait. Waiting is useless. Life is too short. Do not waste your time. But the next episode, we're going to get into some of the starting fundamentals of the charts, how to navigate it, how to set up TradingView, how to understand what a future contract is, all those different things. So this was great. Highly recommend that you start to build these habits I recommended. Also, get real for yourself. If this is not for you, I don't want to waste your time. If you are serious about trading and you want to see it change your life, and I promise you it will if you stick with it, then very much keep track on these episodes and this series. It is going to help you a lot. I'm not trying to blow myself up, but I do believe that what I have to share is something that you guys can very much soak in, and it can change your life of trading. So that's it for now. God bless. I will see the next episode should be out by the end of this week. It's going to be really good. I'm excited for all this, y'all. God bless. Stay safe. Catch y'all later.